Scientists have discovered two new super-Earths. First things first, what are super-Earths? These are planets that are larger than Earth, but lighter than icy planets like Neptune and Uranus. There are 1,600 known super-Earths. The two newly discovered ones are over 100 light-years away from Earth.
Pakistan, millions of people who've been affected by record-breaking floods are confronting a new threat: waterborne diseases. Tens of thousands in hard-hit provinces are falling ill after drinking contaminated floodwater. Doctors say they've been treating thousands suffering from diarrhea, skin infections, and other ailments.
And less doctrinaire. That's where that American cardinal comes in. Robert McElroy of San Diego, he publicly opposes denying Holy Communion to American Catholic politicians who support abortion rights. And last year, he signed a statement supporting LGBTQ youth. Very different kind of American cardinal, that's for sure. So whenever Pope Francis does decide, or whenever he does leave the scene, he has left his stamp on this church for years to come.
We lit our way through abolition, the Civil War, suffrage, the Great Depression, world wars, civil rights. That sacred flame still burns. Now in our time, as we build an America that is more prosperous, free and just. That is the work of my presidency, a mission I believe in with my whole soul. First, we must be honest with each other, with ourselves. Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundation of our republic.
You are on a watch list, and so are your neighbors, the people in your city, and your entire country. According to a multinational risk consulting and intelligence agency that delivers information directly to governments around our planet, the risk of civil unrest is surging in more than half of our planet's countries. 101 out of 198 countries that are tracked on the civil unrest watch list have been put at an increased risk for social disruptions between the second and the third quarter of this year.
To a developing story in Canada, a manhunt is underway for two men suspected of stabbing 10 people to death and injuring 15 others. Police say a series of stabbings happened at an Indigenous community and in a town nearby, all in the province of Saskatchewan. The first incident was reported just before 6 this morning, and police say the suspects haven't been seen for hours. Investigators are now trying to determine a motive.
Says Pope Francis instructs Vatican entities to withdraw funds to Vatican Bank by September 30th. And what does that coincide with? The video I did with what we called in Paul last Sunday night, I talked about the last week in September, the first week in October. Remember the high holy days? And when we would see these economic collapses coming, does the Pope see the same thing?
The world's going mental, guys. Everybody is going to war. It's all happening. I mean, it's all happening. This is so surreal. We got Russia fighting a war in Ukraine. We got Poland preparing for war with Belarus, who is currently doing military exercises on the Polish border. We got Taiwan preparing for war. We got China preparing for war. We got Greece preparing to go to war with Turkey. We got Iran preparing to go to war with Israel. We got Yemen. We got Saudi Arabia. I mean, everybody's just going to war. The United States is at war with all these countries.
So why are they going back to the moon again? Why would NASA repeat what it already achieved half a century ago? That is the big question on everyone's minds. We will tell you all about it. First, let me tell you about the mission. The Artemis program is NASA's plan to return human beings to the moon. Between 1969 and 1972, 12 men walked on the moon. The goal of Artemis is to put the first woman and person of color on the lunar surface.